Good morning, YouTube. It's actually afternoon. Another day spent working on this RV. This is going to be 4 days in a row now, straight. We are feeling weary. I took a slow morning to get over here, and because I was just extra tired. Will's been here for a little while. He's finishing the last few steps before we can paint this white. I think we are almost there. He's got it tarped off and he's been sanding, and that's kind of the last step. So that's what we are up to today. If we can get ourselves together and keep our energy up. So it's starting to wear on us a little bit more and more. We are having less and less fun at this point. Are we there yet? Are we done yet? Anyway, we're getting close to be painting with the next color, so that's exciting. And yeah, so come along. I will set up and you can watch us paint. So as you can see, today has turned into a comedy of errors. It was super windy and we had a ladder fall over. All of our tarps are blowing away. The tape is coming off. We have to sandbag things down. One of the cans of paint tipped over because it was sitting on, it wasn't all the way full, and it was sitting on a piece of poster board, and that got the wind. And Will has noticed that he has not cleaned out his black paint thoroughly enough in the spray can, so it's splattering black paint on our white paint job. So he's going to have to take a break and go inside and rinse that out better. Yeah, today is not going as planned, and it is super windy. I like to work smarter, not harder. And I think right now we are working harder because we are having to fight the wind, and maybe should just wait for a day where it's not so difficult. That may be hard to find in the spring, so maybe we should just do what we can do. But I am in the car because I have run back to the auto parts store. We have been at this store probably once a day for the last 4 or 5 days. So I'm gonna run inside and grab whatever white paint they have, because we are clearly going to need a lot of it. The white is hard to cover. It's going to take many coats to get the color that we want and to cover over everything that we need to cover and turn it from yellowy gross to pretty and white. So we're back to the auto store. Ooh, they have 2 cans. All right, today is proving to be a bust. Our paper's blowing away, our tarps are blowing away, our cans of paint are maybe not the best. They seem to have been sitting a while and they're not spraying very well. So I'm cutting my losses and heading home for the day. We will try again either later this evening or another day when the wind is gone.
Well, we got around it. We got new white everywhere.
How are you feeling? How is this? Are you having fun yet?
Yeah, I'm having a blast. It's only taken a week, so.
And we're not even done yet.
Yeah, no, we're not done.
3 hours later.
So we're done with the white, the worst part. You think we're
biggest
finished?
part, I think so. This is 2 coats of championship white on the outside of the RV.
That was the biggest amount of area we have to cover. So
Yeah.
the rest should be easy, famous last words, but we just have the color detail parts to go.
We did get some overspray on the windows, and it's just impossible to keep the overspray out of everything. So we have some places we have to touch up. But
when you're outside in the wind, it's just going to happen unless you're doing a professional, indoor paint
room or something like that. Yeah.
So a paint booth.
Oh, I'm not a professional, so I don't know what it's called.
I don't know, what are we going to do now?
Well,
Break?
I guess, I don't know, we need to acetone the windows and get the overspray and maybe touch up where the overspray went, and then pull all this masking off and then remask for the stripes. The fun part.
I don't know, what do you think, we're halfway to done or not even?
I would say probably halfway done, I guess. The majority of the color is done.
All right, well now we move on to the next step.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 3 different colors of spray paint that we're going to talk about or think about doing for the detail, like where the decals used to be. We originally were just going to do it in red, but then we started looking at all the choices, and we started looking at all of the blue tape that we had on for our masking, and we thought maybe blue would be pretty, so we have 2 different colors of blue. One's kind of like a little more turquoise, and this one is pretty straight up blue. And then we have this like garnet red color, so we'll see which ones we like. We're gonna do some test sprays and see. This one's got that pearl, I can see it more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it though, it's got that shine in it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, I mean I like this one. I like the blue.
Me too. I think I like this the best. Of the
It has
3.
that shimmery in it. I mean they had a red like this.
Yeah.
You think blue is more fun?
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't want it to look too much like a racing color. That's what I said before with the red. The blue is more whimsical, tropical. Okay. So we're gonna go with, what's that called? Let me see the can. There it is, Metal Specs Ocean Blue. Oh, for like going to the ocean. Well, that makes it easy.
I guess that sells it, right?
Good morning. We're on day 7, I believe. We have worked a whole week on this RV. We're back at the driveway, retaping for another round of paint. We think we're going to use this blue color for the big decals. So we're taking off all the old tape, and we are retaping and remasking for another layer. So here we go.
The biggest table ever.
Painting the stripes where the decals were. And I don't even think this video does it justice of just how sparkly we have. We did the other side that was in the shade first and we could not tell. And now we're in the sun and it is sparkly. I think we've finally done what we can do, and now we're on to the last step. Clear coat, protection, and call it good enough for now. All right, we finished painting.
Yeah, it's done, finally.
We're
after a
mostly
month.
done. We
Yeah.
finished what we are gonna finish for now. We've got all the colors on, black, blue, white. We had a silver pinstripe we were going to do, but we have left that for a later date.
It was already silver. We don't need to
It just hasn't been
paint it
touched up.
silver again.
So
good.
it has been clear coated, it has been protected, it is as good as it's going to get for now, and we think that that is just fine because it took us forever.
Took us,
There
what, 3
was
weeks? 3 weeks to
something
do it?
like that overall, because we had a lot of area to cover, we had a lot of masking to do, we had a lot of overspray to correct, and detail work to do that took us a long time. And we had weather and rain to slow us down.
Yeah.
So
And the rest of our other life, too.
yeah, we couldn't do this all day every day.
Working
Although we
kids.
tried.
Yeah.
So, how was it?
It was a long, tedious project. That's how it was.
Would
But
you
it
do
wasn't as bad as I thought it could be. I thought that we could have really messed it up, but then once we had the right equipment and everything kind of worked the way it should have, it just took a long time.
What would you do it again?
In the near future, no. No, I would not want to do this.
Was it worth it versus paying a professional?
I think so. I think once we add it up, I think it'll be a little more than what we thought it would be, but I don't think it's going to be as much. To do what we did with 3 colors, we saved tons of money.
Yeah. It doesn't have that shiny, fresh off the assembly line look that I was expecting, but it looks fresh and clean and brighter, and I will have to learn to just be okay with that. I'll learn. I've talked about my mantra for the year is progress over perfection, and this is one of those testing moments where I had to be okay with moving forward in some manner as opposed to making it exactly perfect, and so this is an example of that.
Well, you see every little mistake like I do because we worked on it, but anybody who has seen it and saw it before thinks it looks pretty great. So
Yeah, it's a definite improvement for sure. And now we're on to bigger and better things like actually using it and driving it and taking it somewhere. So that's the more exciting and more fun part. So that will be coming up in another video very soon, our very first excursion out to travel and camp overnight. So stay tuned for that in the future. Like, subscribe, notification bell, then you'll know the next time we post, and you'll be able to follow all of our trials and tribulations, follies and successes.
Yeah.
As we take out our brand new toy and try to enjoy it with our kids as well. What are some things that you would tell people who are trying to paint their own RV toy for the first time?
Well, it's going to take longer than you probably think. There's a lot of preparation, and the painting, the actual putting color on the RV is mostly the smallest part of the process.
Yeah, the painting is the last thing, but the thing you want to do the most.
Yeah.
But you have to sand, and you have to wash it, and you have to mask it, and you have to...
Yeah, I would say, the preparation, and we didn't do it perfectly either. We wanted to kind of accelerate the preparation, but as it turns out, no matter how well you think you've masked, this paint gets into places you don't realize it. So you're going to have correction to do.
Especially when you're doing this yourself outside. You're not in a airtight booth situation. Things blow and come unstuck. And so we had definitely some corrections to do, which slowed it down at the end. We were so close, but we had all these little details to fix. So definitely, so we were pretty happy with the colors choices that we made and the products that we found, which are just kind of off the shelf auto store, paint products.
You need a spray gun. I think that just for efficiency and kind of texture, the spray gun worked really well, and we got one at Harbor Freight with the regulator, which just tells you what your air pressure is. It's supposed to be between 30 and 40 psi for this automotive spray paint, and we got it at Harbor Freight for $30 or something like that, and then we got a couple without regulators to use on different colors later for the touch-up for $12 or something. So they're really inexpensive to go grab.
We didn't want to keep cleaning it out, and every time we had to go back and forth to change a color and then touch up a different color. So we just got different guns for each one so that we wouldn't have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
But
which I think is the most important tool probably if you're gonna do this for your actual
and
painting.
An air compressor, obviously, to make that work. We did on the blue stuff. We did use spray cans because we found this metallic blue color that we liked. But we definitely had to go over it several times to get it even and not have spray can lines. So that was something to think about if you're willing to put in the time and the money, because those spray cans aren't cheap compared to a big quart of paint. Obviously we went through probably like 30 rolls of masking tape, of painter's tape to mask off, and then mask off the windows and mask off everything, like the handles and the labels and the ladder, and we put trash bags around the rear view mirrors. Just everything has to be covered up, and there's way more little nooks and crannies than you think that there are, and the awning and all of that. So
yeah, masking is going to be the hardest part for sure, and the most time consuming.
Yeah.
But you did find something, and we didn't realize this existed till the very end.
Yes,
so if you're going to do it.
We found this great product that we will highly recommend. We'll link everything that we have down below. It is this masking tape that's attached to plastic. So you can mask off and then cover everything below or above or wherever you're putting it. So it was the best thing. We didn't find it till the end, but at least it helped our touch-ups go a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So that will be the end of this part of our saga of
Thank
our
goodness.
new motorhome. And now we're on to the moving in and the traveling in it. So thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll do our best to answer at least what we did. We did not do the ultimate professional paint job, but we got it done. So we think we have done what we're going to do for now, and we'll maybe go back in a couple of weeks or months and decide if we really need to fix anything else that is just bugging us too much. So that is it for now. Thank you for watching, and we will be back soon with another video. Bye.